whole goal is to reduce real homelessness, not deal with the symptoms. I want to have less people are homeless than the year before.
You don't stop being homeless just because you are being ticketed and moved out of the alley.
Of course, everybody wants to move to homeless, but they gotta be somewhere, don't they?
The economic crisis may be over, but 3.5 million Americans will be homeless this year, a number that's remained constant for more than a decade despite programs designed to get homeless people back on their feet.
It seems like it's getting harder. I've seen a lot of people too lose their houses. Older people in the housing crunch that have never dealt with homelessness. They don't know how to be homeless.
Cities are responding to growing public frustration with a new tactic, legislation designed to hide the homeless rather than help them. Controversial new laws have been passed by dozens of local governments that make it virtually illegal to be homeless. Boise, Idaho is one city facing scrutiny for the effect these laws have had on homeless people.
Boise, Idaho is one of a growing number of cities across the country passing laws designed to get homeless people off the streets by criminalizing basic human behaviors, like sitting down too long, sleeping, or even sharing food in public. A group of homeless people in Boise have sued the city government, claiming that the laws constitute cruel and unusual punishments.
Janet Bell became homeless 10 years ago. She lost her arm and nearly lost her life to an infection she developed while living on the streets. She was on a railroad bridge when police wrote her a ticket for sleeping outside.
This guy that I knew had a camp down by the river, and I'd been down talking to him, and we both came up, and we got busted.
How many tickets did you get?
I got 2, I think.
Just for camping outside, for
Yeah.
being outside.
Yeah.
She and 5 other homeless people sued the city in federal court, and the stakes are high. The case has reached a federal appellate court, and the outcome could repeal laws targeting homeless people in cities nationwide. As the number of cities with such laws continues to grow, her case could redefine the rights of homeless people across America.
What do you think the real purpose of that law is?
The law? To harass the homeless and hopes that the homeless will go they gotta be somewhere, don't
Dynamic whereby homeless are either forced to move somewhere else or end up in jail.
The majority of cities have too few shelter beds, a shortage that's been made worse since federal funding was scaled back in 2012. In Boise, there are only about 300 for a homeless count that can exceed 2,000. Richard Morgan became homeless 6 years ago when the auto shop where he worked went under. He couch surfed for a year but ran out of options and moved to a shelter.
Well, you know, I tried that when I first became literally out on the street homeless, and I could only stand it for about 2.
Then he moved to the streets.
Take a little stroll through the woods.
Yeah?
How's it going, man?
Good. How many people staying back?
Well, in our area, there was 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 tents.
And the number will soon grow. Citing the city's anti-camping law, police just announced they're going to ticket the 150 people living behind this homeless shelter. The shelters don't have the capacity or special programs these people need, but they're being ticketed anyway.
Where are they expecting everybody to go?
It doesn't seem like anybody has a solution other than just to clear out the alley at this point. But you don't stop being homeless just because you are being ticketed and moved out of the alley.
In practice, the laws mean homeless people break the law by simply being home. Homeless advocates like Lydia Blackwell say the laws are hurting the people they're supposed to help.
Where do you think that they're brought when they are released from jail? They're brought back to the streets, right back to where they started from. The only thing that's changed is they have another barrier to sit.
Despite those criticisms, laws criminalizing behavior associated with homeless people are an increasingly popular tactic. A major force behind their rising popularity is homelessness consultant Robert Marbut.
I've been to over 708.
I'm a sought-out consultant, handing out free food and open it.
Please bring me somebody. Could get an 80%.
His results in St. Petersburg or even undertake a homeless count in the first place. But they pointed us to data for Pinellas County, where both are located. The homeless count there actually increased by almost 1,000 people since Marbut's hiring. Inside this former jail that Marbut just opened as a homeless shelter, his numbers got even more convoluted.
Earlier we were talking about metrics and how you measure the success of these programs or these shelters.
One is how much, that to me is
The data set that tells you
is a required ultimate test, and I don't mean
well.
Amenities at Pinellas Safe Harbor are Spartan to be sure. They sleep on these mats. It's a bare bones existence.
Degrading treatment.
So to keep them there, yeah, exactly. Use condom.
We shadowed Marbut while he took stock of the homeless situation in Grass Valley, California. His focus wasn't what we'd expected.
he's sending a symbol here, that's a kind